Hey yo, how you doing, guys? It's 1/5 for them boys. Me, the one AJ, representing the Ministry of Wrestling. So you know what that means. We're here, and why are we here? For the big red, white, and blue. No, sadly, not the UK, because for the first time, the Clash is not in a castle. The Clash is not in Scotland. It's not in Wales. It should have been in London, but hey, we got a forbidden door instead, so it's all good. Yeah. So guess what? Clash in Paris is here. So the red, white, and blue does represent France. We all know what the crowd was like last time France had it, so it's going to be a big one. But look, guys, it's a 5 card match. Very nearly looked like it was going to be 4. Let's not waste any time. Let's see how the guys went for the predictions on Roman Reigns, the Tribal Chief, versus Mr. Shula Fala, the Tribal Thief himself, Bronson Reed. How'd the guys vote? Let's have a look. The Tribal Chief takes on the Tribal Thief. He'll come out with a Ulafala, the other one will come out with a Shulafala. I'm actually torn on this. I'm actually torn. Well, all roads lead to Roman, right? I get that. But technically, this should be, if you're going to push someone, now's the time. Roman got the win on the tag titles. But here's the thing. He gave Jay the pin. Is Roman Reigns ready to lose? Now, the only thing is that if this man fully goes out to make a 3rd set of shoots, but I don't want these guys to be cannon fodder, but I feel like it's gonna be Bronson Reed who gets the pin on Roman. He's gonna be the one seeking revenge, and he's gonna get, not Bronson Reed, Bron Breakker. Too many Brons out here. So, despite my logic, I'm thinking it should be Bronson Reed. So I'm really getting it here. Roman Reigns is your man, and he's going to walk out with the Ulafala and his trainers. He can't lose the 3rd pair of trainers. Roman Reigns for the win.
Depending on when this video airs on the Ministry Prediction show, I may have offered a few other matches that probably should have been on the card. Another one that comes to mind is AJ Styles versus Dirty Dominic Mysterio for the IC title. What a missed opportunity that is, because, man, do the French fans love AJ Styles. They've completely missed a beat there. Stupid, but, up to them. They're cooking, remember? Cooking so much that Roman Reigns is going to fight over shoes. This doesn't sit right with me, man. Don't get me wrong, I know that taking someone's shoes is like gangster move, but my, how the Chiefs have fallen. To go from having that legendary run to fighting over a backup dancer in one of your rivals' factions over shoes. But hey, bracelets, things like that. WWE love to fight over objects. In this case, it's shoes. Ula Shula, or the Shulafala, whatever the hell it's called. This is an utter waste of time, but Roman Reigns is going to win this match. What would be interesting is if he didn't. That would actually rock the boat a bit, but I think they're going to play it safe, Roman to win.
Bronson Reed and Roman Reigns is a weird match, because all it is I stole some sneakers from you, so now I'm going to fight you to get my trainers back. Brother, you're rich enough, buy some more. If you fight him just because you want to beat him up, yeah, but that story doesn't make sense. Plus, Roman ain't going to put over Bronson, which is mad, because Roman might win and then Bronson do some tsunamis on him. We've seen him do a bunch of tsunamis on people. We need you to win, and win dominant, so that you can build him. Because right now you're looking at, what's his name? Seth Rollins smashing it. Braun Breaker, superstar, and Bronson Reed. Yeah, let him beat Roman Reigns. Let him beat the Tribal Chief that couldn't be beaten for how many years. So yeah. But with all that said, I'm going with Roman Reigns to win. Yeah, done.
It's interesting how they've got the Tribal Chief versus the Tribal Thief. I mean, obviously it's got some kind of ring to it. And Bronson has really been getting some props in this match. He's got 2 of Roman Reigns' sneakers. He's got a new t-shirt line out. So he's really been doing good in this rivalry, and I'm actually really happy for him. It would be interesting if he was to get the win, though, over Roman. If Bronson Reed were to get the win, I mean, it would really build his stack, you know, beating a former unified champion for like 1,316 days. But at the same time, Roman's just kind of come back, so you got to keep him strong as well. I know that Seth's group's going to probably get involved here, but this is a one-on-one match. It's not like a no DQ match or a hardcore match like the Donnybrook match sort of thing. It's just a one-on-one match. Yes, the referee can get knocked out in this one also, and I'm just trying to think where they would go with this, because evidently, you know, this is going to culminate at War Games. So you see, for that fact, you know, Bronson actually could win. And then obviously it builds up and builds up and builds up and goes on to War Games, where they finally get the win over Seth and his group. But then that story's kind of been told already. So I think you got to go with Roman here. So, Tribal Chief for the win, Roman Reigns.
You know, you could say WWE, maybe even wrestling in general, have like, you know, problems sometimes establishing storylines, establishing true heat between people. However, this particular storyline with like Bronson Reed, Jack and Roman Reigns shoes, this is absolutely hilarious to me, man. And if I was Roman, I'd be doing exactly what he did on Raw. I'd be trying to kill this guy, because how can you be violated like that? Not once, but twice, man. A man is still rubbing it in your face every week. Damn, man. Like, Bronson, yes, you may be like being groomed to be the future, but right about now, man, you are due one big receipt, man. And this, the OTC ain't flying over cross country to like lose, man. So, Roman Reigns for the win.
Acknowledge him. Yeah, he got acknowledged. They stood up in Birmingham for the Tribal Chief. Oh, head of the table. If you know, you know. But that was the Forbidden Door location. Okay, enough comparisons between the companies from me. Anyway, right, guys, we've gone from new feuds to old feuds. Former friends clashing it out. We are talking international superstars, European superstars. Sheamus versus Rusev in a good old-fashioned Donnybrook. How'd the guys vote? Let's have a look.
I appreciate the history that Rusev and Sheamus have together. They've been part of the same faction, they've been friends, they've been enemies, they've been frenemies. There's some history between these two. Problem is that Rusev's return to WWE has been, it's felt like fish out of water stuff. It's been really flat. He's torn up a few people like Tozawa, cool. And what people thought was going to be a best of 3 has turned into like is it like 7 now? Best of 7? Whenever you hear a good old-fashioned Donnybrook match, it's basically WWE language for no holds barred match involving Sheamus, or no DQ match involving Sheamus. Oh, and for good measure, let's throw in some on-brand IP Irish weapons. Listen, logic dictates Rusev should win this. If under any circumstance Sheamus wins this, they've made it very clear that there is no stock to be put in Rusev in any capacity. If Rusev wins, maybe the future's not as bleak as I'm worrying about. So let's go with Rusev to win.
Sheamus and Rusev. I shouldn't say who it is, but, you know, I had to shout it out because Sheamus, Rusev, and Patron Del Rio. I can't remember who the fourth one was. I think it was Bad News Barrett from League of Nations. Yeah, sorry, I paused. My brain just went blank for a sec. Yeah, League of Nations. But I don't know. Because of that, I'm going with pure vibes. So I'm going with the fella. UK base. You know what I'm saying? Scotland. Close enough. Sheamus to take this. Come on, man. Give Sheamus the Intercontinental title. All right, but anyway, that's enough. Sheamus is taking this.
This is probably the hardest match to call out of the whole card of Clash in Paris, because it's pretty much been 50-50 between Sheamus and Rusev. I do like this rivalry though, you know, it's just two big guys going at it. Sheamus has beaten Rusev has beaten Sheamus. They've had pure bust-ups in between, so there's not really been any kind of giveaway as to who is really going to win this match. My only point is that Sheamus is pretty much established now, and he's been in the game. he could lose the match and then go and fight for the Intercontinental title after losing that match. Whereas with Rusev, he's only just come back, you know, and could that comeback be for nothing? It would be pretty sad for him to just make this whole comeback. He's completely changed. It's like a reinvention of Rusev, if you will. Not the Rusev Day Rusev. And he's kind of brought over that guy he was in AEW into WWE. And for that, you've got to keep him strong. You've got to put some wins behind him. And the start of that has got to be a win over Sheamus. If Sheamus wins, yes, it's all good. But then if Rusev loses, where does he go from there? You know, he could go on to fight somebody else. But then all those statements he makes wouldn't pretty much make sense because he did that with Sheamus. So it just wouldn't make sense. So I say Rusev for the win.
You know, it's nice to see both Sheamus and Rusev get a spot on a PLE, man. Like, Sheamus is like one of those underrated legends. Yeah, one of those underrated veterans. Because he's been around for so long and done everything, but he's not really thought of in the same light as, say, like Randy Orton, John Cena, or any of them. But, man, like, you know, he's excellent. You know, they need to actually give him that IC title win so he can secure his whole Grand Slam champion because he generally deserves it. And hey, I'm glad like that Rusev is not in catering and they just didn't hire him back for no reason. And you know what? His theme tune has grown on me. So this match should be a fun little like a fun little filler match on this card, and you know, have some good spots. As for who wins, it's a toss up really, but I'm gonna go with Sheamus just for the feels. I think for the crowd to feel good, and I don't really feel they have plans for Rusev. Although my plans personally would be to build him up to face Gunther, but hey, WWE probably don't want to do that. Anyway, Sheamus for the win.
Honestly, I'm just happy to see both of these guys on the card. Rusev has just come back, and that's what it's about. Even though it's a good old-fashioned Donnybrook, so it should be in favour of Sheamus. Sorry, I don't want my TV's fine. It should be in favour of Sheamus. Rusev needs the push. It's time to be like Rusev, but I'm not going to do it. But yeah, Rusev for the win. Okay, so the groups are split. Some are going for Sheamus, and I get it. It's a Donnybrook, but he's from Ireland, not from Scotland. Then for shame. For shame. And then there's some of us who I believe are using logic and are hoping to see Rusev's return mean something, so therefore we're going for Rusev. But yes, there's a split. There's a split. It's not all 1 point. Who's going to take it in what seems to be the most determined prediction show or prediction season from the ministry? These little points make it interesting. Okay, let's move on and see if the split continues or if we go back into unification. The fatal four-way. 4 men, 1 world title. Who will come out on top? Let's see how the guys voted right now.
If you don't know, we do this in short form content as well. And in that one, I went from 4 main eventers, 3 main eventers to 1. And that one is Seth to win. Going through them, you know I'm not a fan of Punk. He's a main eventer, but as soon as the actual big top talent has gone around him, he's whatever. He's not bringing anyone up. He's just dragging everyone down. Jey Uso is big right now, but I don't see longevity in it. But hopefully, prove me wrong and be around for time, mate. Go do your thing. And LA Knight, yeah, your time was WrestleMania 39 and they didn't even put you on a card. And you're in LA. Yeah, no. But they didn't do that. Seth Rollins is the only one to really put it on right now. I mean, to keep on the belt right now. Plus, he just won it. So, Seth's to retain. It's just obvious.
I had a little think about this match, and as predictable as it may seem, it doesn't mean that it still can't be a great match. Of course, it's going to be a very entertaining match. Some people may even get involved because in a fatal four-way, there's no disqualification. So evidently, Seth's group's going to get involved somehow. And it's going to cause some nefarious means of somewhat in that match. But again, like I said, it's a little bit obvious as to who's going to win this match. And at the moment, the focus... See, here's the thing, like, I'm a little bit worried about the other three, about LA Knight, Jey Uso, and CM Punk losing a bit of momentum in this match. Because obviously, if Seth is to retain, where do the other three go from there? Where does Seth go from here? Evidently, one of those three have still got to keep some kind of rivalry or feud with him, because unless it's those three, who else is going to step up to face Seth Rollins? But ultimately, without going into too much deliberation, again, like I said, it's a little bit of a predictable match here. So still, your WWE World Champion, Seth freaking Rollins.
We got like this World Heavyweight title match, and I'm happy with the people in it personally. I know there's been a lot of debate whether Jey Uso should be in the match online. I agree with Roman. I think it's wrong. Like, Jey Uso solidify his spot. Whether you think the title reign was a bust or not, he's still one of the most over stars in the company, man. Like, people can't wait to do the whole little dance move when the music comes out, man. And he's just, popular, man. So why not put him in the match? I'm very happy that LA Knight's there, man, in a main event on a PLE. Like, he deserves it. It's a sad thing that they're probably not going to pull the trigger on him getting those title win. Not anytime soon, at least. But, hey, maybe he has a good enough showing he'll get it. As for CM Punk, man, look, say what you will about the guy, but, he's just a heat magnet. And the beef between him and Seth, the long-standing beef, is one of the best things in wrestling, man. Because, again, if I was CM Punk, I'd feel like I would have killed Seth for some of the things he's done, man. But as for who wins this match, it's a fatal four-way. It's an easy one. Like, you can pin any one of those four. And one of those four is, unfortunately, LA Knight, man. He's going to get pinned by Seth Rollins for the win.
Look, it's one of those things in the pantheon of wrestling that when it's four faces or three faces and one heel, you've got all the people that you want to cheer for, but the heel gets it. So as much as it looks like a very good idea, and LA Knight is not going to be a champion. CM Punk will be a champ, but probably at Mania again or something like that. He'll get a proper WrestleMania main event, and it could be the WWE title. So he's not getting it. LA Knight is not getting the title. Jey Uso's had the title, and honestly, I believe, with the highest respect, nothing but yeet love, I think that could be a one and done. Go back to tagging Jey. Bring Jimmy back. I miss Big Jim and Jey. That's what it's all about. Seth is retaining this one, so Seth Rollins still your world heavyweight champion.
LA Knight, I don't believe the company sees as a champion. CM Punk, when he wins the World Championship or WWE Championship, National Galaxy of the Universe title, whatever the flip it's called now, it ain't going to be in a fatal four-way. It's going to be on a big stage, likely Mania. Jey Uso's time has come and gone. I don't believe he'll ever be champ again. But he'll always be, in the picture, I believe. You really going to take the title off Seth Rollins? The man whose stable I kind of like. I know people are hating on the Vision. I like the Vision. Can't take the title off Rollins in a fatal four-way. Fatal four-way is a means of protecting your champion. So, yeah, Seth to win.
Okay, we all are on the same thing. We all have the same vision, as it were. Yes, so Seth Rollins has it. So right now, the Donnybrook is the match that is separating the guys. But that may all change because we're going from one Irish person who has a split, again with another who may not have us a split. She is the man. She is Becky Lynch, and this is a last-minute addition, as far as I'm concerned. Excuse the hair, by WWE. She's taking on Nikki Bella. So here we go. Who do we think will be the Intercontinental Champion, the Women's Intercontinental Champion, when that victory bell rings? Let's have a look.
So another match got added to Clash in Paris on Monday Night Raw, which was last night, which was Becky Lynch versus Nikki Bella. So obviously, with that match being lately added to the PLE event at Clash in Paris, I'm going to give my quick prediction on that. Obviously, they've brought her in nice to face Becky Lynch, and she's going to be on tour as well with WWE. But I don't think she's going to carry an Intercontinental title with that. Becky has done such good work as a heel with that Intercontinental title. And to be honest with you, she's actually done a better job than Lyra. I mean, obviously, all good for Lyra for being the first inaugural Intercontinental Women's Champion. But clearly you can see the work that Becky's doing with that title, and it's literally elevated the title, not the other way around. And as much as Nikki is a Hall of Famer, as much as she's obviously well famous and well known, I don't see her winning here. I see Becky retaining. Bailey may get involved, although it still might be a bit too early. I think there's still a couple of vignettes to come before we actually get that reveal. So still, your WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion, the man, Becky Lynch.
Really, one of the best parts of Raw and the best parts of women wrestling in the entire industry right about now is the man, Becky Lynch, and her current persona, man. She is hilarious. I actually dig the music change. I love the fact that she's still Intercontinental title, and she really is putting that title on the map. And to be honest, what she did at Raw, wow, Becky, man, you a hater. Birmingham people, man, you need to pull together. Stand up for yourselves on that one, because damn, she done you guys dirty, man. But anyway, her and Nikki, it's an interesting match, man. Divas era, which doesn't really get much spotlight, is getting the spotlight with Nikki being back. Will that lead to championship gold, though? It's difficult because, again, it's a nostalgia act that really could be placated by a title win. But I don't think that's going to be the case, man. I think the man continues her dominant reign and rubs it in everyone's face, man. Becky Lynch for the win.
Very last minute addition for WWE. This isn't their normal thing, but yes, the women's IC title is also on the line, and 100% this is Becky Lynch. It's going to be nice to see Becky, and I hope France treat to see Nikki. I can't remember what I said there, but yeah, I hope France treat both the ladies well. But yes, Becky Lynch is still your women's IC champion. But hey, you can look, but you can't touch, right?
Imagine being one of the French fans in Clash in Paris who have paid the inflated WWE rates for their PLEs, except there's nothing premium about this live event because there's only 4 matches. Frankly, shout out to Big Tony who pointed this out, AEW's Forbidden Door 0 Hour had more matches than this PLE, which is a shame because you could have had Cody Rhodes on the card against Drew McIntyre. Probably not going to happen. You could have had Aleister Black against Damian Priest, which would have made sense. Probably not going to happen. But hey, they've added the women's match at least. So, on that note, unfortunately, it's bait as hell, because you're not exactly going to take the title off of Becky Lynch to put it on Nikki Bella, are you? So, yeah, Becky Lynch to win this.
Easy one. Of course it's going to be Becky winning this. Can you imagine them putting it on Nikki Bella? But it'd be good to see a Bella with a championship, but will it? And it's an Intercontinental one, which is crazy because I think of Becky, I think she's got the main title, but it's just an Intercontinental one. But yeah, with that said, retaining and still your champion, Becky Lynch. It's quite obvious, isn't it?
The split does not exist. We are all going for Team Becky. So yeah, when it comes to it, Nikki, it looks like you can look at the title, but you can't touch. So from you can't touch to you can't see. Yes, we're talking the main event. Possibly it could be the title. I don't think it's going to be the Shula Fala. But yeah, this is what I believe. It all depends on how they want to spread the story. Cena could open, but if they want to spread on, expand on his story, you'd go with it to be the main event. And also, it's his farewell. It's his first and last time in France. So let's go for it. John Cena versus the YouTuber. Let's call him that. He is who he is now. He's been in WWE for more than a year. Logan Paul, 1-on-1. Which way the guys vote? Let's have a look.
So we've reached the Paris leg of Cena's farewell tour, and let's be honest, like, this match is only really happening so Cena can have his final match in Paris, like, which is one of the most hottest cities in the world. They proved it last time, so like, hopefully they'll prove it again and they'll be all over this match. I'm not too enthusiastic about his opponent. I understand the reasons behind it. Logan Paul is still a crossover star, whether you like him or not. I feel he's all right. It's just his heel work. Maybe he needs a bit more. He needs something else. But like, I'm probably more up on him than some other people. However, there's no way he's beating Cena here. I mean, sure, it could happen by the fairest means, but like, why would you? You don't want to do that, man. Like, and I think Logan's here so we can just eat the pin, and no one will bat an eyelid, man. John Cena for the win.
This is the match that's got me. It shouldn't, because I feel like this could be a bit of a swerve. I think the foregone conclusion, but I'm gonna go with Hart. He lost the last one. We need to go back on the redemption arc of he's able to qualify for titles again and all the rest. But I wouldn't be surprised if someone, I don't want to say final boss, but he's lost my appeal. My if the final boss. I'm sure the other guys have probably quoted him, but hey, I said it one more time, final boss, but final time I'm going to say final boss. Yeah, John Cena for the win. Sorry, Logan, but it's John Cena. Face John Cena again. He can't lose twice in a row. So John Cena for the win.
I'll say again, imagine being someone who bought a French fan buying your ticket for Clash in Paris, and off the back of SummerSlam, Brock Lesnar comes out to F5 Cena. You're going to be sleeping well. You're thinking, damn, we're going to get Cena and Brock we're going to get Cena and Brock as our main event. That'll be class. Money well spent. Nope. Because what WWE have done is they've added a PLE to their calendar to be on the same night as AEW All Out, and they've put John Cena and Brock on that card to make sure that they do counter-programming to AEW. But oh yeah, this is the company that doesn't pay attention to competition. Lies, bruv. They're clearly going after AEW at the moment. Good luck to them, frankly. Business is business. But you French fans, you got done dirty. But hey, you get Cena versus Logan Paul. And if you're in any shadow of doubt, Cena's obviously winning this.
Clearly, this should be a John Cena win. Yep, we'll just get out of the way. I'm picking John Cena to win. But it would be good if, like, for instance, John Cena starts losing on his way out, putting over the younger talents, but he's not got that much matches left. So I will go with Logan Paul not to be the one to beat him, unless he beats him in a disqualification or something. But John Cena could just drag. He ain't got the title anymore, so he doesn't have to win. But I'm losing by far. I might as well take a risk and say John Cena. That's right, John Cena's a risk. Would you believe it? Maybe, hopefully other guys don't say him as well. But yeah, Cena to take this.
This is a really interesting match because I can just see John Cena trying to put Logan Paul over, but he's kind of at that status where you don't really need to put him over. He's kind of established in himself. Not to mention, he lost his last pay-per-view and the WWE Championship to Cody Rhodes. So does he go on and loses his second match? Not to mention, you got to keep Cena strong going into facing Brock Lesnar, which is obviously going to be on ESPN, so they're going to hype that up. My only question is, does Brock turn up mid-match or does he turn up after the match again, like he did last time, and gives him an F5 and walk out? Evidently, there's going to be some serious heat built up there, but I also believe that you got to keep Cena strong here. I don't see him passing the torch to Logan Paul, of all people on that roster. I don't see him passing that torch to Logan Paul. it would be interesting to hear Logan Paul come in and saying, "Oh, I beat the Never Seen 17, so I should be the greatest of all time." But I think I'm just kind of overhyping it a bit too much, probably even dream booking. You got to keep Cena strong here. You got to keep him on a win with that momentum going into that match with Brock Lesnar. And as much as I could actually see Logan Paul winning, I'm actually going to stick with some kind of logic and say that John Cena will be the winner of the match. So, yeah, John Cena, Never Seen 17, the greatest of all time, winner.
You can't see it any other way, can you? John Cena for the win. Does Brock come out? Does Rock come out? Does this one, that one, all the other come out? Let's keep building the feuds. We've only got a few months left. It's August, heading into September. December, this man's gone. Let's make it count, people. Let's make it count. What I will say, might even do a video on this. As much as we talked about Hoover in wrestling and the failed heel turn of John Cena, what is good is for all the times he was booed as a face, the world is cheering the hell out of him now. So that is a conversation piece in itself. But guys, you've seen it. There is only one match separating the ministry, guys. 5 guys, 5 matches, 1 match to determine who will be on top or who will be on down. 3 could win, 3 could cry. 2 could win, 2 could cry. That's the way it is because it's only the Donnybrook match that has us separated, which is interesting. I didn't think that would be the one if it was the one to, well, I suppose it probably is the one, but we might all also be on the same page. But hey, we do what we do. Hey, WrestlePalooza's coming, so maybe that might do something for us. But until the next show, hey, half an hour, let's not waste it. I am the one AJ. Do ring the notification bell. Check out our review. We've also got a music reaction video. Den the Tech does. Den the Tech watches wrestling. I'm on the Brit Wrestling. Look out for the Progress review show coming very soon. Big up the race. But again, guys, keep it ministry. Keep it locked. All social medias at Ministry of Wrestling, unless it's on X, then it's MOW News, but you can see it all there on my name. So once again, I'm saying goodbye. I am the one AJ, and I am out. See you.